Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to start our discussion on time series analysis. Okay, before we do time series analysis, let's first learn how to access data using R from Yahoo Finance. Because what we're going to do with our time series analysis is we're going to learn how to model the returns, of time series Okay, so this will be the start of our time series, and we will have a case two for this, and the last case will be panel data. That will be only the cases that we will have because of lack of time. Multiple linear regression, which is now, then time series, and then panel data. All right. So I hope you have opened a new RMD file in your new R project time series. Okay. So let's have first. Okay, kindly install these packages. There are several packages that we're going to use. So initially, let's do this. Kindly install this. Okay, so let me just, in the interest of time class, I'm going to share the code with you so that you can just directly copy this to your R. Anyway, nothing new here. Okay, so we're loading tidy quant mode, and TTR, and then load the packages. Once you're done, class, kindly chat, please. Recording. All right, so let me just share this. This is what I don't like with Zoom. Very limited yung ano nangyari dito? Okay, so this just discusses, class, the distinction between the price and the value of a security. And I'm sure you met this concept in your other subjects. The price, class, has something to do with the amount that a one buying would is willing to part with, no? So sabi natin dito, the price of a security, whether it's a stock or bond or whatever security class, it's the amount of money paid when purchasing one, or the amount of money received when selling one. Yun class yung price. On the other hand, pag sinabi nating value, it's the worth. It's the intrinsic worth of the security. Okay? So I have here some comments, like the price of a security is at the core of investment analysis. Okay, we use the price of a security as a benchmark when making investment decisions. Okay, from a fundamental value standpoint, investors would be inclined to buy or sell a security if its price is sufficiently lower or higher than the security's intrinsic value. Okay? So, yun ang comparison natin, yun ang decisions made by investors. So you have the price, and then you have the value. The price is the market, is what's is how the stock is being traded in the market. That's a price. And then the value is the intrinsic value. It's the value based on fundamental analysis. So analysts would normally give a buy, sell, hold, uh, let's say, recommendation on a particular stock based on this, no? The price of the stock and the value, okay, etc. All right, now we're going to make use of the quant mode package. May I have a show of hands who among you were my students before or now in FINLITS? Yes or no na lang, please. Or ganito na lang. Who among you are meeting quant mode for the first time? So that I know, I have an idea. You have used quant mode, the quant mode package before, either in my subject or in others. Kindly chat, please, yes or no, so that I know the people I'm talking to now. Okay. No, no. Okay, we have some yes, but mostly no. Okay, good. Thank you. So for those of you who know how to make use of this quant mode, this will be more of a basic review for you, since if you were my student in Finlich, for example, we have had a deeper and a more comprehensive use of this. So you would know already, class, for those of you who have made use of this before. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to download Apple stock prices. All right, the basic function, the basic code that we can do for this is just get symbols, and then you have to identify the ticker symbol, like that, Apple. Okay, so if we run this, okay, let me see. I don't have any object here. My environment is empty. So get symbols is from the quant mode package. Okay, quant mode. Let me just show that. Okay, so take note, it's capital S, get symbols. And then you have to identify here the ticker symbol of the stock. Okay, if I run this, okay, what happened? You now have here an object, okay, Apple. So let's see this object. Okay, if I click this, it will print that object, and you can see now that it has, okay, these stock prices, open, high, low, close, and the volume traded during that time, and then the adjusted. Now you can see here that the trading day, the date is, wait, this one, uh, January 3, 2007. Why January 3? Okay, so R defaulted 2007, right? And January and then 3. So this is the first trading day of January in 2007. And if you look below, it's 2024, 3, I think it should be maybe 13, which is the last trading day. Because in US, it's still 20, March 13 now. Okay, so this should be the last trading day. So it defaulted into generating or downloading the stock prices. What types? Open price, high, low, close, which we call as OHLC, open, high, low, close, no? And then the volume, and then the adjusted prices. So you can see that just by this very basic code, you were able to access data from, and this is coming from Yahoo Finance. Okay, so that's the default. So I just use get symbols, and whatever ticker symbol I write there, it will, if it's available in Yahoo Finance, then it will download for us these stock prices. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to choose some stock prices, choose maybe the closing or adjusted price, and then model this time series. Take note, this is a time series. It's not a cross-sectional data. And we said last time that there's a different way of modeling time series as compared to a multiple linear regression. The mere fact that the data is chronologically arranged really has an effect on how we model this one. So it's not good to model your time series using multiple linear regression methods. Okay, there are a family of methods that we can use in order to model time series. Okay, so let me just clear this. Okay, so what type of object is Apple? You can see here, this is Apple. So if we take a look at the structure of Apple, structure AAPL, okay, you can see that this is an XTS. Okay, that's very important. It's not a data frame. Okay, it's an XTS object. XTS object means extensible time series. Okay, it's an extensible time series. And what differentiates an XTS from a data frame? If you take a look, if let's take a look again at our object Apple, you notice that, okay, you notice that the time index is not part of your columns. It's not part of your variables. Rather, it is the index. Okay. Whereas in cross-sectional data, this was 1, 2, 3, 4. Those were our indices, right? The chronological numbers. Okay. But here, it is the dates. No? Dates yung ano dito, yung index natin. So that's a difference, class. So that's the difference between, and class sandali ah. Okay, so that's the difference. This is the index, which makes it really very convenient. Before class, nung wala pang XS object, I was working with time series data, and this time series, this date is usually part of the column, and it's really quite difficult. Medyo mahirap mag-handle ng data kapag yung date nasa ano nasa sa variable eh. Ito, it makes it a lot easier tong when the index is a timestamp. Okay? So sabi dito, it's an XS object, and then you notice the start is 0103. Now, if you're going to download any stock price now this year, anytime this year, it will always default to 2007-0103. Kasi for this year, the start of the download will be 2007. Now, is it possible to also get stock prices before this? Yes. Oh, babaguhin lang natin yung code. Kasi kanina get symbols lang, no? So nag-default lang siya. Yan ang default niya. Start first trading day of 2007. But you can make it if you want to get the prices from 2000, year 2000, pwede rin. Okay, sasabihin natin mamaya kung paano yan. So ang columns natin, open, high, low, close, volume, and then adjusted. The index, as I said a while ago, is a date. Diba? 4,328 observations. May time zone siya. So this is not only the date, but it has also built in with it a time zone. UTC, Universal Time, forget the C, Universal Time Convention, I think, no? Which is the old name of GMT, no? No, the new name. The old name is GMT, yung Greenwich Meridian Time. Yung bago, Universal Time Convention, if I'm not mistaken. All right, then the source of this is from Yahoo, okay? And it is also a POSIX CT object. This is something to do also with XTS, okay? So let's just postpone our discussion on POSIX CT for a while. Okay, so at least we know what this object is. And let's go back to our, so let me clear the drawings. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, you can get several prices at the same time, no? Katulad nito class, get symbols. All right. So let me just no, I want you to write this, no? Get symbols, and then let's use several: Amazon, Google, IBM, Tesla, Netflix. Can we get these stock prices in one code? Yes, class. No? We can use get symbols again, and then these are the stock prices that we're going to get. No? So if I run this, okay, ano nangyari? Bakit? Could not, dali lolo ko yata tong, let me run font mode again. Okay, so okay na si quant mode. And then let me go back to this one. Get symbols. There. Okay, this should work now. All right. So, you can notice now, dun sa data natin, and then kanina Apple lang yan, di ba? Now there's Amazon, Google, IBM, Netflix, Tesla. And they're all XTS objects. XTS objects. So if I, for example, view Amazon, notice that the beginning date is also January 3, 2007, and the ending date is 2024, March 13, yung latest trading date. So automatically yung latest trading date, you can also download it. Okay, so let me pause for a while. Are there any questions? Were you able to get this? Kindly chat, please. Kindly chat if you were able to get the prices, and clear sa atin kung what get symbols can do. Okay, good. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so this one class I discussed a while ago. So this is an XCS object. It's an extensible time series. The start date is automatically July 7, uh, sorry, January 3, and ended up to the latest trading day. Okay, so let's dispense with this. All right. Now, I said a while ago, what if, uh, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go back to this apple. What if I don't want to, I want to name it another way. I don't want to use apple. Let's suppose that I want to name this. Okay, let me put it just here below. And I wanted to name it, instead of big A, I'm going to name it AAPL. Okay? And then get symbols, and then AAPL. And then I have to include this auto.assign. Okay? A while ago, we did not include auto.assign because it's a default. The default is true. And automatically, R will give a name to your object, which is the name of the ticker symbol. The name of the ticker symbol is AAPL. So automatically, it gave a name to the object AAPL also. But if I want to give it another name instead, for example, small AAPL, then I have to include this. Auto.assign is equal to a false, or just letter F. All right? Auto.assign is equal to false, which means that I don't want R to name it as AAPL. Instead, I want to give it my own name, AAPL. Okay, kindly run this class and see what happens. Okay, feedback please, class. What happened? Anyone tell me, class, what happened? Okay. Invalid. Okay, very good, no? Notice, class, ito green, no? Green to. Kapag true or false, dapat hindi nag-green siya. Okay, so dapat, class, yan. Dapat pag true or false, dapat red color yan. Ganyan. So that means may error tayo. No? So kasi ang true and false, they are logical objects. Pag linagyan natin ng quotes, nagiging character yan. And true and false are not characters, no? Logical objects yan. So the difference between false na naka-quotes or true na naka-quote with true and false that are not quotes is in the data type, no? So kanina nag-error, no? Kasi hindi niya naintindihan kung ano yung false na yan. So now do it this way now, please. And what do you get? And Abija, you're correct. Tama yung sinabi ni Abija. No? Yeah, thank you, Abija. You're correct. No? Sorry, Abigail pala, not Abija. Okay, now, class, what happens now? What happened? What object was generated? Paki-chat, please. Anybody, please? Paki-chat. What object was generated with this code? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, notice that if I run this, another object will be created, AAPL. Although it's exactly the same as AAPL. I just wanted to illustrate, class, kung if you're going to create an object and you want to name it yourself, then you have to indicate their auto.assign, okay? Auto.assign is equal to false. So that kasi pag linagay mo, let's see class what happens, no? If okay, sorry. I gave it a name, Apple. Pero ito, auto.assign is equal to true yan, ha? Okay, so let me choose another one, AAPL1. Let's see what happens. If I run this, class, ano nangyari? In your class, no? Let me choose another object. Let's see. Bank of America. Yeah. Sana, sorry, mali. Here. Let me put it here. Let me use BAC, okay? Should be BA small BAC. And then this one is BAC. Okay, I'm assigning this a name, BAC1, for example. Pero hindi ko dito linagay yung auto.assign. Auto.assign, this is Bank of America. No? Auto.assign is equal to true. Is equal to false. No? Ang default niya, auto.assign is equal to true. So let's see what happens. Will it create this XS object or will it create this back1 object? Natin, ha? Okay. So nag-create siya ng object na BAC, BAC, Bank of America. And it used this one. So this is the XS object. What happened to this one? Nag-create lang siya ng isang character vector, which is BAC. No? So itong back one na to, character lang yan. Okay? Notice here, it's under values and then naka-quotes lang siya. So it's not part of your data. Okay? So, ano lang to, no? If I want to create an object of the stock prices of Bank of America, dapat ilalagay ko dito auto sign is equal to false. False with this name, no? All right. So ano lang yun? Okay, so let's go here. This time, class, let's okay. Control Alt I. Okay. Let's do a more complete code, no? So let's create an object called, let's say, tickers. Let's name this object tickers kasi tickers yung mga pangalan ng ano. Yun yung parang ID ng mga stocks. Alright, let's create ito na lang, ito. This one. Let me okay, so these are the objects. GSPC is Standard and Poor's 500. SPY is an exchange traded fund that mimics GSPC. And then the others are anyway, saka na natin i-discuss kung ano mga stocks to, no? What we just want to do is okay, I'm going to create this object called tickers, okay, consisting of GSPC, SPY, SLY, JNK, and SW. All right, and then let me define, okay, ang start date natin. Okay, this is what I was telling a while ago. We can define kung kailan yung start at saka yung end. So let's say 2015 01 01. So this is January January 1, 2015. Okay? Yan ang start date natin and end date natin is let's say 2023 and then December 31. So up to the end of December 31. Okay. All right. So I can now make use of this in order to generate. So take a look at this, no? Okay. So tanggalin ko na to, no? Kasi several ano na to. Several time series. All right. So ito auto that assign is equal to true. Okay, take a look at this class. So get symbols natin itong tickers. So this consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 assets, 5 securities. And then we identify the source is Yahoo, which is the default. So pwede nang hindi ilagay ito, no? Pwede nang hindi ilagay. Or you can do this also. Get symbols that Yahoo. Meron din ganyan, no? Yan. No? Get symbols that Yahoo. You can also make use of that. Or what we're doing now is get symbols and then source is equal to Yahoo. And then yung from natin should be, okay, dapat start to. Okay, up to end. Okay. And then we can define yung periodicity. Because one good thing about this is you can get daily prices, weekly prices, monthly prices, quarterly prices, and yearly prices. Okay, ano ko lang siya class, ha? I'm going to indent it so that we can see the okay. So Of course, we have to run this first, no? Let's run these stickers consisting of these securities, and then we identify the start date and the end date. Run natin to. So you can now see under your values, andyan na si start date, andyan na si end date, andyan na si tickers. They're all characters. Okay, and then after we have defined this, gagamitin na natin siya dito sa get symbols natin. So get symbols, tickers, okay? Tickers consist of the 5 assets there. Source is Yahoo. Although we said that this is the default, so pwedeng tanggalin na to because you can also get data from other database sources. The from is equal to start, and then 2 is equal to end. Periodicity is equal to daily. Auto data assign is equal to 2. Okay, so let's run this, and then may error ba ako? Okay. So what are you getting, class? What did you get? Comment, please. Okay, same. So ibig sabihin may mali tayo, ano? Number 1, class, yung mali natin, si GSPC. Ang ticker symbol niya may uh, caret, no? There. Caret GSPC. Okay, so okay, and then ano pa mali natin? What else, class? What do you notice, class? Anyone? What's wrong here? May mali pa ba tayo dito? Kasi sabi dito, unable to import, not in the standard. Pati yung spine at saka yung slide. Oftentimes, pag kumukuha kayo from Word, nagka-copy kayo from Word, yung codes iba. No? Ito, dito naman generated to yun. Okay. Tell me, i-run yung class, ano nangyari? Did it run? Comment, please. May error pa rin, Fredrich. No? Bakit kaya? What about in the code itself, class? Yung from ba dapat, yung start ba dapat, naka-ano siya? Naka-code siya, class? Or will this address it, class? Tama ba to, class? Kasi may from and end at saka start tayo na object. I-run mo ko muna yung tickers. And then, what will happen here? Okay. Nag-run siya, di ba? Tingnan niyo, class ito. Kaso may warning siya na may mga missing values daw. Okay, so dito kanina class, yung linagyan natin ng quotes, okay, naging ano na siya, naging, when you place quotes here, naging character siya, okay? But that's not the start that we want. We want the start that's an object already, diba? Kasi may object na tayo na start eh. Right? May object na tayo na start. Ayan, no? Okay? Alright. Pa-chat nga please, class, kung clear yon. Ang mali natin doon, class, ginawa natin character ulit yung start. But start already has a, is already an object, no? Na-define yung object na yan. So dapat i-rerun nyo to class kasi yung GSPC mali yung symbol. Standard and Poor's has a caret, no? This is something that's important for us to know, ha? Class, itong caret na to. All right, are you getting now the objects, although may warning sila, no? Like ang sabi yung slide, may mga missing values din. But we will not go into that now, no? Hindi importante sa atin kung may missing value or not. But what's important is we were able to run this. Kindly chat, please, if you were able to run that, please. Yes or no lang, please. Okay, good. Although may mga ibang assets tayo na may problema, no? Okay, we'll deal with that next time. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, may Apple object tayo and same thing din class, no? You can get the first and 10 last prices of Apple. For example, I just get 3, first 3 and the last 3. Same thing that we learned before, head and tail. All right, head and tail. The first 3 and the last 3, 2024, March 11, 12, 13. Okay, so nothing special there. Okay. Any questions so far, class? Clear ba tayo so far? Thank you, Chef. How about the others? Yeah, thank you. Good. Okay. Ngayon sa case yung class, ang ipapamodel sa inyo will be one coming from an international company using quant mode. Okay, and of course some local companies also. Okay. Class kung anong object si Apple, di ba? Anong class niya at saka ang type of niya. It's okay, class niya is XTS. So si XTS related kay zoo yan. Before it was only zoo. And XTS is an enhancement of a zoo object, which is also a time series then. And then type of double means di ba ang double class quantitative and then it can take on decimals. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng double. So these are things that you already know. Okay. All right. So dito naman, class. Okay, ito subsetting lang naman, no? Okay, so let me just copy this para I can just try to experiment on that. Ano lang siya, no? The first 5 rows and the last row. So yung first 5, 1 to 5 lang yan. The last row will be n row ng Apple. Okay? Yung n row ni Apple is asan na si Apple? 4328, diba? N row. Number of rows. 4328. So if we just append this one, Apple, and then bracket to subset. C, combine yung first 5, 1 to 5, and then comma, the last row. Okay? And then, ano tong comma na to? The first three, the first three objects, the first three columns ng Apple, no? So it will give us open, high, low. Okay? We run this. So first row, last 5, apat lang siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5, okay, and the last row. So just an exercise in subsetting. Okay, now aside from being able to get the daily prices, you can also get the weekly. Okay, so this is another way to do it. Get symbols, Apple, source is Yahoo, then we define. Okay, ito naman class, if the stock has already been listed since 2000, pwede natin ma-access to. 2000, 01, to 2020 to 12/31. But this time, we're using weekly prices. Okay, weekly prices siya, auto data sign is equal to false because we're going to name it Apple Weekly. Okay, so share ko na lang to. The syntax is quite easy, straightforward. Get symbols, Apple. First name the ticker symbol. Source. Although sabi natin, this is not necessary. Okay, kasi ang default naman ng get symbols is Yahoo. And then we define the from and the to. This time class, ito may quotes, no? Kasi we're defining the date mismo. Periodicity is equal to weekly, and also that sign is equal to false because we're going to give it a name. All right, so let's run this. And we get here Apple Weekly here. And it has, print natin, it has 1,200 entries, 1,200 rows of observations. Data, tingnan nyo, January 1, January 8, January 15, okay? So these are all in increments of 7 days. So weekly siya. Okay. Are you able to follow, class? Kindly chat please kung okay tayo sa weekly. Okay, good. And then class, you just change this into monthly. Ganun lang din yun. Okay. So if I change this into monthly, and then make this Apple monthly. Sorry. And run this. Okay, Apple monthly. So 276 na lang, no? January 1, February 1, March 1, hanggang December 1, and then January 1, 2001. Okay, so we can see that it can get prices way even before 2007. You just have to name, just have to define kung anong start date natin. Okay, and then we'll annual data, yearly data work. Tingnan natin class, yearly. And then let's see, let's also change this yearly. Okay, let's see. Okay. Mag-error siya, no? Periodicity. So limited by periodicity, may ano? Periodicity. Alright. Ito siya, no? Ito, possible scales, minute, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So, saan tayo nagkamali? That should have worked. Yearly, error in match periodicity should be one of daily, monthly, weekly, hourly. Okay. Dito sabi pwedeng yearly. Pero ba't siya nag-error dito? Okay, anything wrong with this one, class? Okay, so I don't know what's wrong with this one. This should be okay. Kasi tingnan natin sa documentation yan, di ba? Pwedeng yearly, ito. Okay, unless baka nag-update na to ng ano no, ng syntax na calculation. Okay. Sige, let's leave this for a while, class. And then explore na lang natin later on kung bakit siya nag-error. I don't know why it doesn't load. Sabi dito, okay, ARG should be one of daily, weekly, monthly, hourly, monthly. So, tinanggal na niya yung ano. Tapos pwede pa yung incremental na yung mga minutes pa pwede. So, tinanggal na siya dito no, sa ano. ARG should be one of daily, weekly, monthly, hourly. Alright. So, wala na. Hindi na nag-aan ng yearly. Pwedeng, ano kanina yun? Kung available yung ano, kung available yung hourly data dun sa data natin, then it will do so. Let's check. Pero I doubt kung meron siya, no? Hourly data. Hindi kasama yung hourly data dun sa ano sa Apple object niya. Okay, tapos pag lang daw, pag intraday, yung within the day, yung katulad ng hourly, 7 days lang pa pwede. Okay, let's try that. Let's make this 2022. And then December, kahit ano lang, 2 days lang. Okay, let's see. So this is 2022, 12/30 up to 2022, 12/31, 1 day lang. Natin 2 days, 29. And then download natin yung hourly data if this is available. I don't think this is given dun sa Apple object natin. Meron na. So, meron. Ibig sabihin, Apple, hello, close. So, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. So, nagbigay nga ng hourly data. Pero class, ano lang. So, pwedeng 7 days daw na intraday data. Okay. Ngayon ko lang nakita to, class. I usually didn't get the less than daily. So, ito by the hour. No? And you can see here the fluctuations in the price on an hourly basis. Okay? Clear tayo dong class? So, dati kasi pwedeng annual. So ang mga packages kasi nag-update yan. So hindi na nila kinukuha yung annual. Pero pwede pa rin hourly. May minute nga, no? And I leave you that to explore. Okay, are we clear so far, class? Lose some time. Pa-chat nga please kung clear. Okay, so let me just also share these notes with you. Okay, good. Thank you. Yung mga notes ko dito. All right. Ito some discussions about the XTS object and its advantages, class. I leave you, class, to read through this. Okay, and the main benefit here I stated. What's the main benefit of using an XTS object? Control C and then Control V. Some notes, class. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we needed that introduction because we're going to, for example, we're going to model, okay, model the returns of a stock. Okay, let me also share this with you, some references and yung package na i-load natin, Control C. Okay. Although na-load na natin tong quant mode, no? Okay, but these are the packages that we're going to need now. Okay. So let's start quickly. Konti na lang time natin. So let me let's first plot, no? I-plot nga natin si ano? Plot natin si Apple. Okay. Hindi pa, no? Hindi pa to. Kailangan, class, let's get the close price of Apple. No? Let's AAPL and then close. So I'm creating this object and then it will be Apple and then just get the closing price, which is the fourth. Four. All right. So we'll include all the rows and then just get the fourth column. So we have now here Apple close. If I check this, it's na, no? Apple close na siya. Closing price is the Apple. And then if I plot, not Apple itself, but the closing price. All right. Okay, take a look at this first. And tell me please, paki-chat muna kung nakahabol kayo, kung masyado mabilis yung discussion ko. Class towards modeling a time series. No? Ito time series to. Closing prices ni Apple. So it's not, we're not going to use regression. We're not going to use simple or multiple linear regression in order to model the behavior of the Apple stock. Okay, good. How about the others, please? Chat naman kung nakakahabol tayo so far. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. We're now going to start the discussion of how to model a time series. Okay, we'll be discussing next session the concept of ARIMA. So this is the most popular method to model a time series. Okay, ARIMA stands for autoregressive, autoregressive, and then I stands for integrated, and then MA stands for moving average. Okay. So when you're talking of time series class, ito talaga yung pinag-uusapan, yung ARIMA model. Okay? And hindi natin masisimulan yan, but let me just give the introduction to ARIMA. Okay? So what's time series analysis? It's the art of extracting meaningful insights from time series data by exploring the series structure, characteristics, and identifying patterns that can be utilized to forecast future events. Okay, so ibig sabihin class, we're going to do forecasting. And how do you forecast class? You have to establish a model. Okay, you have to establish an equation, and then using that equation, you can forecast the next periods. Let's say the next fixed daily, the next 5 days, etc., the next 10 days, etc. And one of the best method to use is what we call the Box-Jenkins approach. Okay? Developed by these two statisticians. Sila yung nag-develop ng ARIMA. And as I said, ito, let me just again, share this with you. So ARIMA stands for autoregressive. Okay? What does autoregressive mean? Auto means self. Okay? Self. Autoregressive, autoregression. Ibig sabihin nun, class, we're going to use the past values of itself. Okay? Gagamitin natin past values ni Apple para ma-model yung time series. MA stands for use the past error terms to model the time series. And integrated means you have to do a process called differencing in order to convert the data into a stationary time series. All right, a lot of things I mentioned there. Next meeting class, we're going to dig deeper and look at what stationary time series is all about. Okay? Kasi yung data natin, hindi stationary. Ano ba yung stationary class? And let me end in this one. Pag stationary kasi class, you have your data is constant yung mean, and constant yung variance. All right, constant mean, constant variance. Okay, ito class, definitely hindi constant yung mean. Why? Because if I take a look at, let's say, this period, ang average siya mga ito eh. Diba? Average ng value ng time series natin ganito. Pagdating natin dito, class, ang average niya is somewhere here. Notice that the average at this period is not the same as the average in this period. Lalo naman pagdating dito, class, no? The average of your price is around this one. So ito, 3 different periods, 3 different averages. Therefore, mean is not constant. Okay? And then also the variance. Ano ibig sabihin constant variance? Okay, if I plot here a line, dapat yung data natin class, hindi dapat lumalampas sa mga lines na to. Unfortunately, yung data natin, ano nangyari? May trend siya. There is a trend. It means it's going up. So constant variance class means wala dapat trend yung data natin. But in this case, okay, in this case, ano? In this case, class, may trend. Okay? So therefore, yung Apple na data natin is not stationary. Okay? Not stationary. And in order to use the Box-Jenkins approach ng ARIMA, yung ARIMA model natin, kailangan yung data natin should be stationary. Okay? So this is where we will continue next meeting. I-discuss natin paano kung ano. First of all, of course, we will have to I have to mention that what we're interested in is not really the price, but what we're interested in is the returns on the price. Sa finance, ang binomodel natin yung returns. So we will have to convert this into the returns. No? Tapos tingnan natin yung behavior ng returns ni Apple and then check if it's stationary. Okay? Why plus? Because the Box-Jenkins approach, okay, will only work if it's stationary, yung data natin. Okay. So, wait muna. Tapos ibigay ko lang class yung code nito. Okay. Right, this one. Kahit ito na muna. Right, so I defined here what the AR autoregressive model is. So we're going to discuss this next meeting. This is your autoregression model. Notice your variable, dependent variable, x sub t, which is your time series. Ito yung formula niya. X sub t is equal to, okay, what's this class? X sub t minus 1, x sub t minus 2, hanggang x sub t minus p. In other words, class, we are modeling si Apple class. Si Apple, ito yung close ang kinuha natin. I-model natin to ng log 1 naman niya. Ng log 1. Ito yun. This one. Gagamitin natin yung prior values niya. Then log 2 then, tapos log p log stop. Alright, so let me now stop recording.